bring 'em out, bring 'em out, bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for Bring 'em Out with your hosts, Joel Richardson and Alan Hill.
Hey everybody, we're here at the Sunnybrook Ballroom inside the Speakeasy for another episode of Bring 'em Out. I'm Alan Hill, here with Soul Joel himself, Joel Richardson. Today we have a very special guest, one of our good buddies and a member of the staff here, Brett Childs. Welcome, Brett.
Thank you for having me, guys.
You are welcome, my friend.
About time I'm on here, right?
Yeah,
About
yeah.
time, yeah.
About time. You've been playing a little hard to get.
We've had people that write movies, been on the Tonight Show, been on every late night show. This is our toughest get right here.
Last night, which it doesn't matter because you're just watching this, Brett came up to me and goes, when did you send me a friend request? And I said, May.
I didn't know it was in May.
8 months ago. If it wasn't
Brett was
May,
playing
it was
hard to
June.
get.
Brett, your thoughts?
Well, it's so weird, and I don't know if it's just my phone
Yeah.
or what it is.
Yeah.
But it's I'm looking at my phone. I'm pulling up my Facebook the other night, and I'm looking at my friend request, and it says one. I'm like, oh, who's this from? I haven't gotten a friend request in a while.
Who's this
And-
guy?
And it was Joel.
Spam.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, when was this sent? And I was like,
Doesn't
and
it
I
tell
felt-
you?
I think it told me, I could be wrong, but I think it told me like possibly 7 weeks ago.
Oh,
But you said
okay.
you sent it in May, right?
I could be wrong. It could have been
Yeah.
7 weeks, not 7 months.
And I felt like so bad no matter when it was, and I just saw it. I felt
Yeah.
terrible. I was
Oh.
like, how did this not come up on my friend request? I was
Well, imagine how I felt. Every day I got to see this guy. And I'm like, friend request still pending.
Denied again.
Yeah.
and I'm like,
We're friends in real life, but virtually it really hurts.
Yeah, but you don't lock it up. You don't lock that down until you're on Facebook together.
Your thoughts?
And I just was like, so I felt bad because I follow the Soul Joel's page on Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how am I not friends with Joel?
Yeah.
I just thought, okay, maybe we just never thought to friend request one another.
Yeah.
So I was just like, it was probably just accidentally. But when I saw your thing, I was like, oh,
Awkward.
shit. Joel friend requested me. Months ago, weeks ago, whenever it was.
So awesome, bud.
Yeah. Now,
Oh, it's so
I
awesome.
told Alan this, but I have to tell Brett this. So and everybody out there. So Brett's one of the members of our staff, valued member of our team, and that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to bring in all the characters, not characters, but personalities.
Yes.
On our team.
And we have a lot of just wonderful people and capable people and some like you and me
Yeah.
that have their quirks.
Yeah. And haven't hit the stage yet,
Yeah.
but make us laugh like anybody.
Oh, Brett makes me laugh as much as anybody that ever comes in this place.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. I
Friends-
appreciate that.
Friend
Brett puts his-
requests. Just
You know,
one example.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. And just, I see Brett and I smile, man. You
Yeah.
know, he's such a good dude.
Now, I told Alan this. I didn't tell Brett. So, people out there, we met through the Jamie Kennedy show. Jamie Kennedy, regular here at Soul Joel's, came here last year, and Brett came, and then Brett approached me. I think the next day. You came 2 nights in a row, right?
It was, because the first night that
You came with
when he
your
did
mom.
the 6, that was my birthday gift for last year.
Yeah.
And this
That-
is summer of 2023, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
This was like wasn't he the first or second show in the
He
Dome?
was the opening of the Dome in
Yeah,
May.
yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Just to set the scene.
Yep.
And nobody knew Brett yet. I
Nope.
didn't know Brett. You didn't know Brett.
No. And over this time.
I mean, obviously, people in the world
Yeah.
knew Brett. We just didn't know
So
Brett.
he approached me, and we're always looking for people to help us seat people and greet people at shows.
Absolutely.
And it worked out perfectly. We had a lot of big shows coming up. So Brett's been on board ever since.
Yep.
Yeah, obviously, he's wearing the staff shirt. It's
100%.
great. Now, over this whole time, too, when I was at Royersford and through the whole thing, I've had what I call a spiritual advisor. But Ed, and it's
Ed's the man.
Yeah, Ed Nelson, amazing, and but he would call me a spiritual brother. He doesn't like when I say spiritual advisor,
Right
right?
on,
And
right
he's
on.
the one that said, "You're my guardian angel, not my bodyguard."
Oh, that's awesome.
He said this.
Yeah. I got a ghostwriter.
Does he know Ed?
So that's where I'm going with this.
Okay.
So, he sits down for the seat to see Jamie Kennedy, him and his girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and Brett is pacing back and forth in excitement. Now, Brett is not a member of the team yet.
Right.
He is an audience
He's
member.
a member of the audience and first time at a Soul Joel event.
Was it your first time?
Yes, but it was my mom. Since my mom already knew you, she'd been to a few shows. But that was my first time at a Soul Joel's event.
Okay.
I knew of the venue.
Yeah.
But I just had never been.
There
to
was
a
no
show.
right or wrong answer.
Yeah.
Yes. Just speak the truth.
Love it. That's what Brett does.
Yeah. Don't worry about us grading your paper.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's so awesome.
Hello. Tippity tap. Speak right in there. Omnidirectional.
Awesome, buddy. Omnidirectional. Yeah.
So, little inside baseball. So Brett, huge Scream fan, which is why he was at the show to see Jamie Kennedy. Why his mom got him as a birthday gift. He's got Ghostface, the Ghostface mask.
Yep.
Machete.
Yep.
Did you have a DVD to have him sign?
I actually had my Scream videotape from 1996.
Okay.
See.
Scream videotape.
Yep.
And then a Scream shirt.
I did have a Scream shirt. Yeah.
Okay, now with some people that might not be as familiar with Jamie Kennedy or just coming to a show, that might have seemed a little extreme, especially the toy machete. But you don't have that threatening way about you.
Brett does not have a threatening vibe.
Yeah,
no.
no threatening vibe, right? So, but you end up sitting in front of Ed Nelson.
Oh, that's crazy.
400 people there, but he ended up sitting right in front of Ed and his girlfriend.
Oh, that's wild.
Fast forward a month later, Brett is a part of the team. I check in and I said, 2, please. And Brett goes, hey, how you doing? File right this way. They sit down. They both look at each other like, wasn't that the guy with the machete at the Jamie Kennedy show? And after the show, they're like, hey, could you fill us in? Brett's a part of the team now. And like they said like and the way he looks at it spiritually
Yeah.
is that there's no coincidences.
Yeah.
And God put him in front of Ed on purpose. Like, what are the odds? He could have sat anywhere.
It's incredible. It's incredible. And guess who else, by the way, has been has met Ed from sitting by him in one of your crowds?
Yeah.
This guy right here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's how I know Ed.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wild.
We became buddies long before I knew
Right,
him
right,
about
right,
him being
right,
your
right,
spiritual
right.
advisor. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, every time he was one of those guys that you meet him once and
Right.
then you hug him the next time you see
Right.
him.
Well,
You know what I mean?
And he had all the paraphernalia, collectibles, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
Oh.
you have the boisterous laugh, the Eagles jersey, and the beard.
Yes.
So you could pick you out too.
Yes.
But yeah, that's
Yeah.
hilarious.
Isn't
I didn't
that
know
some-
that.
Right. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
because we met in Rofo. you
Right,
know?
right,
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Ever since.
Yeah. That's so awesome. And you meet Brett. Once you meet Brett, you know you met a good guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And Ed can read good.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, can I tell you something about that night? real
Please.
fast,
I'd
too?
love to.
The floor is yours, as they say.
So there was one woman that looked at me, I think when I was waiting in line to meet Jamie, because obviously I had met him, the first time I met him was in August of 2022 at
Now
Monster
she
Mania.
looked at you. Was she flirting with her eyes? How did she look at you?
She honestly looked at me like, I think, because this is the interesting part of the show, she about the Buck 120 replica knife, she looked at me and she thought it was real. I'm like, it's not real. I'm like, do you really think I would bring a real my real Buck 120
Well, it's
to
2024.
I have a real Buck 120 knife,
Sure.
and I'm afraid to touch it because there was a birthday gift from my mom when I turned 31.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even touch it, Alan and Joel, because it is so sharp. I'm intimidated just to touch it.
Understood.
So I keep it in the sheath.
Yep.
I mean, it was laser.
that would be the cover.
Yeah,
You're smarter than me.
Yeah, so what they for the buck knives, they always like when they make them and they ship them to you. If you buy one, they always come in a sheath.
Okay.
So it's like a protective cover.
Totally,
Yeah.
man.
Because they're some of the sharpest knives you ever touch.
Oh, you don't mess around with those
Yeah,
bad
you don't
boys.
mess with them.
You don't take them lightly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I stick to butter
And you
knives.
certainly don't take them to comedy shows.
No.
Exactly.
Right, Brett?
Yeah, nothing funny about
And
that.
any reasonable person would also know that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And
So
this
what
one-
happened with this
And this
girl?
is, by the way, real quick, this is post-show when you're
This
waiting
is
to meet
post-show,
Jamie.
yeah.
Okay.
This is when I'm getting ready to meet Jamie for the
So
second
you've got
time.
you've got your VHS
Yep.
of Scream
Yep.
ready to be signed. Okay.
And this woman looks at me like in line. She didn't like give me like a dirty look or anything, but it was like
one of these.
Actually, it was kind of like that. She kind of raised her eyebrows at me,
Oh,
and I'm like, she looked at me like, that's not a real knife, is it? Because I think she asked me that. I'm like, no, it's not. Yeah. And I was just like, I wouldn't bring a real knife here, especially a buck 120. I was like, that's way too sharp. And I'm like thinking, and I was very polite to her, but I was just like, I can't believe you actually looked at this and thought it was real.
Yeah, that's
I was
silly.
like, it's a Halloween prop.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
And don't you know who you're standing in line to meet and
Yeah.
why he would have this prop?
right.
Exactly.
And he speaks about it. He talks about it on stage too.
And why the hell are
Yeah.
you standing in line to meet this guy if you don't know who he
Right.
is?
Right.
If you-
Who cares?
If you don't know Jamie Kennedy was in Scream, you're not a fan of Jamie
Right.
Kennedy.
What?
Right, Brett?
Exactly. Or you might know him. Exactly. You should know who he is because I'm assuming most of the people there knew who he was.
Right.
Like, because he's been also Malibu's Most Wanted.
What's one of
Right.
my favorite
So-
movies of all time?
Yeah.
Right. So I'm like, you
favorite
either
comedies.
know him from, most people know him from either Scream, the Jamie Kennedy Experiment, or Malibu's Most Wanted.
And he was in one of my favorite horror movies of all time with Scream 1, and one of my favorite comedies of all time with Malibu Most Wanted.
Yep.
Do you agree?
Exactly. Yeah, two of my favorite movies as well.
Bang. Now, fast forward 6 months, and you went to the Oaks Convention Center, Valley Forge.
Yes, I did. Yeah.
Yep. And Philadelphia Convention Center, and you went to the Scream convention. What was it called?
I mean, it's Monster Mania, but it was a Scream reunion that they had.
Yeah.
Because they honestly, Monster Mania has a lot of Scream reunions because Scream is one of the most popular, arguably the most popular horror franchise there is
Of all time.
of
Absolutely.
all time. So,
Absolutely.
and part of the reason that I think they do it so much is because the Scream cast, most of the stars, they're not like A-list celebrities, but you can tell where they appreciate their status in life because they treat their fans like humans. So, like they don't look down on them. So I think that's why so many people line up to see, especially the OG cast of Scream.
Yeah.
It's because they treat people like equals. They don't. It's not like some of these celebrities you see nowadays who are just so selfish and don't appreciate the fans or conceited or whatever because of their fame status. Like Scream, yeah, they're famous, but trust me, there's Jamie. If you look at the most famous ones in that original cast, I would say it's Nev.
Yeah.
Probably the most famous
Nev,
one.
Skeet,
Yep.
then Jamie maybe.
Yep.
Right?
Matt.
Matt, yep.
So what happened when you saw Jamie though? This particular time.
Oh, in Oaks.
Oaks.
So when I saw him in Oaks, I was about ready to go up to him, and I don't remember exactly how it happened, but it was amazing. Because he looks right at me and he goes, "Brett, how you doing?" Something I could have sworn that's what he said. I'm like 99.9% sure that's what he said.
Dude.
And I was like thinking, did he
And let me
read
clarify real
Joel's
quick.
text or something?
He
That's
said it. That's just Brett being
Yeah.
humble.
Yeah.
He definitely said it.
I was just like, because I was kind of like, it happened so fast. I was like, wait, how did he remember me? Because
I gave him a heads up that someone from my team was going to be there to see him. I never said his name. I look back at my text. I never said Brett.
See, this is amazing because I knew you gave him that heads up. I think I was with you when you sent it.
Yeah.
And then when I heard this story, I just assumed you used his name in the text, but you didn't.
I
Which
didn't.
is absolutely incredible that just like
Right.
you said.
Because I wanted to put 2 and 2 together for him too.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I didn't.
Yeah.
Didn't give him the heads up.
Which lends a lot of credibility to everything you just said about how cool this cast is.
Right.
You know, that he would remember your name is astonishing. That's
so
really
he's
cool.
riding a high from that, but then you met Skeet. A week later, it was hard to put pants on.
So I met Skeet that Sunday because I couldn't see him on Saturday. It was just so ridiculously crowded on.
Yeah.
But both days, I had never seen, out of the conventions I've been to, I had never seen the lines that long.
Well, you put some serious work in
Yeah.
this convention, standing in lines for
Oh,
sure.
And even when exactly, because you have to get. I got up early, Alan. Like I got up very early on Saturday morning and Sunday, and I wanted to make sure. Because what they did was these conventions will give you, if you're VIP, because I paid for a VIP ticket, what they do is they give you a jump the line pass.
Right, I remember that. Okay.
So what I did on,
which you can only use once, right?
You can only use once.
Okay.
They used to do 2, but now
Okay.
they only give you
They
one.
narrow it down.
So what I did was on I think it was Saturday.
Okay.
The November 11th. I wanted to get in line early to meet Nev, because I was kind of saving Skeet for last.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
so again, don't get me wrong, I love Nev, but like my priority that weekend was Skeet Ulrich, and
I get it.
I got in line early for Nev, and I actually waited, I think, like 2 hours for her.
Wow.
For Skeet, I think some of the staff there told me to do was use your pass for Matt Lillard because his line's going to be insane, even longer than Skeet. So after I got in line for Skeet, I got there at 8 a.m. Sunday morning. I only had to wait like 45 minutes for Skeet.
No kidding.
Yeah, only because I got in line like real. I was
you got up and you got
Yep.
there and you did your thing. That's smart.
But I did the same thing for Nev, but I had to wait like 2 hours for Nev the day before. So it was
Well, she's a little hotter.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, we love
Nev's the
Skeet.
crush of my life. Nev's the love of my
Listen,
life.
I used to watch Party of Five with Nev Campbell. I'm like the same age as Nev Campbell.
Same.
You know what I mean? Like, I get it. She's a special one.
And Wild Things.
Oh wow! Oh,
What?
buddy. Talk about a hard time getting your pants on.
Have you ever seen that movie?
Yeah.
Wild Things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
So her and Denise Richards.
Denise Richards. Yep.
Like, and actually, that was one of my. I never had it on Blu-ray or DVD, so that's what my stepmom got me this year on Blu-ray was Wild Things.
Get out.
I asked for it because I realized I never had it. Like I'd watched it before, but I
Yeah.
didn't actually have a physical copy of it.
Love
So I asked, hey, I don't like to ask a lot of people for a lot of gifts.
Yeah.
I'm very limited in what I ask for.
Mhm.
I just I don't need a whole lot, so I just kind of keep my list to a minimum.
Yeah,
But that was one of the things I wanted.
that's awesome.
And so yeah, she got me. I finally have a physical copy of Wild Things now.
That's so awesome, dude.
Yeah.
I
And-
get it. You have good taste in movies.
One of the things that I love about Brett too is now he's become part of our creative team.
Yeah.
So he comes up to us with ideas every once in a while, and of course for the event that you booked with
Right where I was going to
Bad
go to.
Slice,
Yep, the Halloween.
our
night.
Halloween party. you
Dude,
came
that.
up with,
Oh, I'm sorry. I did not mean to interrupt. You.
no,
You
no,
just
no,
got me
no, no, no,
excited.
no. You did a video, and you had the idea to wear your ghost face mask
Mm-hmm.
and an outfit, and make the whole video. Ronan did it basically in one take, but it was a little eye opening for some fans that were still like hanging around, trying to figure out where they were going, and they see him look.
Dude, and that was one of the coolest promo videos ever.
Yeah.
Like it stood out, man. And you did your thing with the outfit and the knife and brilliantly. You guys all pulled it together. Awesome. The whole opening with you looking all like that creepy shot of you in the ballroom, Yeah.
Yeah.
That was wonderful.
Now, how'd you come up with this idea?
Um,
A lot of brainstorming, mostly.
it was a lot. Yeah, it was a lot of brainstorming because, since I think that now that I'm working in show business, I've been here 8 months now.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
just about 8 months.
Look how long
what
the
it
friend
is?
request is pending.
Yeah, that's all you need. That's how.
You tell me, Brett boy.
Yeah, all you have to do is look at the friend request. If it was months ago, I don't know if it was weeks ago or months ago, but if it was months ago, that's
Yeah, at the end of this,
that's
it'll
awesome,
be 9 months because in May it'll be a year.
yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
and
Who cares, right?
yeah, because like I was telling Joel yesterday, I love working here, and I've been here a little less than a year, and I think I'm a creative person.
Yeah.
So working in show business was always my dream, being an actor. So working for you, Joel, has been like a dream come true in a way.
Oh, thanks, man.
It's
So,
so
it's
cool,
like
Brett.
you.
So cool.
I always look at it like you have to in life. If you don't love what you're doing, you're going to be miserable.
Dude, I'm so with you.
And for me, my dream was to always be an actor, or if I couldn't do that, be a fighter pilot in the Navy. Well, I can't.
Oh.
And
If you can't do that, work at Soldiers.
exactly. And if I can't do those two things, at least live my dream. Like even if I'm not an actor per se, at least work in show business. Do something that you love doing.
I totally get that,
Right.
man. That's super cool.
And as both of you know, I got my real estate license too, so that I achieved. I told Joel this. I think if you remember a while back, I said. So I said this to you. I think in October. I remember saying I texted him one night. I was out because we were celebrating my brother-in-law's 30th birthday down in Westchester one night, and I texted Joel that night and I said, So this year, it was the day actually I passed my real estate test.
Oh, I love
And I
it.
texted Joel later on because I told him I needed off that night, and I said, I achieved 2 of my dreams in 2023. So I had a pretty good year, working in show business and getting my real estate license.
Beautiful, dude.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And remember the what about that cookie that we got to celebrate your real estate license? Do you remember that?
Yes.
Yeah, I was like, I got to get something because we were all so fired up for you. You know what I mean?
Yep.
We were like rooting you on hardcore for this, and I was like, he got it. We got to do something. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And we spent a week trying to figure out what to do.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
And then finally, our good friend Monica
Yeah.
came through with a
From Landis.
Yep, Scream themed cookie cake.
Yeah. Well, it was really Alan and I wanted to jump out of a cake, but
You wanted a what?
we were gonna jump out of a cake.
Oh,
for
jump
you.
out of a cake.
But we're not Marilyn Monroe, and there's not a cake big enough.
There's no cake big enough for sure. It would have been funny though if we jumped out of cakes wielding knives.
Yeah.
Scream
Yeah.
cakes.
Yeah. Brett, kill me.
Oh, that would have been hilarious if you had a big enough cake.
If we had jumped out so
Anywho,
next year.
Yeah, because I was like, Joel texted me one day, I think, and you said you had a surprise for me. I was like, I was like, for what? I was like totally confused. I was like, what did I do? That you had a surprise for me about, and that I should have put. I wasn't thinking at the time. Sometimes my brain is completely off where I don't think, and I'm just like, what is this possibly about? Like, what did I do that was so?
probably a reserve parking spot out by the dome.
Let's come. We'll remember to come back to that,
Yeah.
by the way.
And I was just like, I wonder what this is for. And then when you handed the cake to me, I was like, wow, what a great idea. Thank you guys so much. I was like, that's one of the best gifts I've ever gotten.
That's awesome, buddy. That's cool, man. Because I was determined to come up with something cool for that. Because
Yeah.
did we ever talk about that? That I had my real estate license when I was younger.
You told me, I think, I remember like right around the time I passed the test, you told me that. Yeah.
So I knew exactly what you were going through. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I've been through it, and
Yeah.
so is half your family.
Yeah, well, I had my license. I had it just for to send referrals. Because if I knew people, I would send it to my mom and my sister.
I didn't know that. Was
Oh
smart.
yeah, dude. And that was actually right before I got into comedy. I enjoyed making them laugh too, because a lady had a guy had a question. He was like, "My girlfriend lives in an apartment. Is it legal for her landlord just to come in and go as he pleases?" And I go, "Girlfriend or ex-girlfriend?" The entire class started dying.
Oh,
One
that's
guy had to leave the room. He laughed so
Oh,
hard.
that's awesome. That's awesome. Oh, that's so good.
Oh, that's funny. So this is when you were.
I was still in pharmaceutical sales,
You were-
and I was just looking for a backup.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow. That.
Now,
Case-
did you keep re-upping it, or did you let it elapse?
So I probably kept it for about 5 years, and then one of the times I didn't send in my money in time, and I let it lapse.
And it's so dumb because you and I both should never have to pay a commission for the rest of our lives if we had just kept our licenses.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
half of the commission.
right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But you're young and dumb like
Yeah,
I
yeah,
was. I mean, I had it from 18 to 23, I guess.
Yeah.
23, 24.
Okay,
And then
okay.
I just didn't show up to the.
Yeah.
In
That's
PA,
all it
you had
was.
to go to a class once a year and sit in a seminar for 6 hours.
Yeah.
That's all you had to do. But
Yeah. Now, Brett, my goal for you in 2024 is to get you a girlfriend.
Oh yes.
Your thoughts?
I think everyone here probably knows what my response to that was now. Good luck. I think it's a famous line that I have.
It is.
Yes.
Ever since you said that, because I don't remember it in the moment saying it, but I remember how
You reacted. I reacted.
how you reacted. And I
Yeah.
was like, I think everyone here knows what my response to that is now. Like Joel said, he wanted to get me a girlfriend, and there's still a little less than 50 weeks, so we still got plenty of time.
Yeah. Good perspective, Brett.
Yeah.
So,
good perspective.
We got some time.
Yeah, we got some time, and we can't give up yet.
Hey, dude,
Yeah.
and listen, getting you on camera is huge here.
Huge.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, look at the hair. Look at the burns.
Yeah.
Look at the freaking guns. Come on.
Yeah. You work out, right?
I mean, this is an easy sell here, ladies.
Yeah.
I'm taking applications for a girlfriend.
Application Notifications. That's right. Please feel free to comment down below on YouTube and the various
Yeah.
listening apps.
Or just show up to Gatsby's and fill it out.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
What would you? How would you describe yourself?
That's a good question.
This is going to be your verbal dating profile.
I love it. And then we'll have to look at what he's looking for, too.
Yeah.
I would say, like, describe my personality.
Or just your in general.
Yeah.
Well put together.
Like what a woman might be
Like
looking
what? Like say you were going to fill out your bio on a dating app.
Right.
This is you talking your bio. Okay.
I would say, not to brag, but I would
Okay.
say,
But
Okay.
but here we are.
I like it already, Brett.
but if you want me, like, if I were to sell myself to
Yep.
be like a good dating partner, I would
Yes.
say I'm a creative person. I can be very funny.
Check.
I'm
Confident.
not a stand-up comedian, but I can be funny.
Yep.
Check.
Sometimes you walk in a room dick first.
Yep, I do. Trustworthy.
Yeah.
I feel like I always try to treat people the way I would like to be treated,
100%, and you're great with that.
and because sometimes thank you, because sometimes you have to remember that even when you're stressed, you kind of have to remember, as much as you want to say something, you have to remain calm, and you have to pick out situationally.
Wow.
When I think there are times when you do say something, like, and sometimes you don't.
100, dude. I couldn't have said it better myself. And I've seen this in action with you, and you're very good at it.
Yeah.
I've seen you get, have some customers or some people coming to a show that weren't real nice.
Yeah.
And you stay calm, and then we vent later as a crew.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you deal with it the best you can, and you do wonderful with that, Brett. You really do.
Yeah. And I think, and add on to that point, and I
Please.
think what you said is important. When you do something you love, you're more willing to put up with some of the bullshit that might happen.
Dude.
You get it? Like,
Yes.
yeah. If you are doing
100%.
something, if you're doing something in your life that you don't like, you're going to be miserable, and everything. Because your mind's going to race, and I've been through this because I've worked jobs where I don't like, but it teaches you some kind of humility, and you have to learn how to just bite your tongue at times. But I think when you have a job like working in show business, like I've heard Jamie say it before, like people are rude to him, but like when you do something you love, it becomes easier to deal with some of the mishaps that might happen.
That is killer perspective, Brett.
Yeah.
Really smart. I love that. Now keep selling yourself to the chicks.
So I got sidetracked. I did.
I love it, buddy.
We
This
all
is
get
awesome.
sidetracked from time to time.
And listen, if you ladies out there that are watching this don't want a piece of this guy after that, what he just said, come on.
What else would I say?
You dress good.
I dress good, yeah.
What would an evening out with Brett be? What would you do on a? What would you like to do with a lady? I mean, wow, that sounded weird. On a date.
On a date, yeah. I feel on a date, I think a first date,
Okay.
especially, I don't like to go to the movies on a first date.
That's smart.
As
I'm
much,
with you.
and to you know how much I love movies, especially horror. But like,
They don't need to know that you're Mav right off the bat.
right.
Yeah, easy into it.
Exactly.
You can't overwhelm them on day one.
You can, and you gotta ease into that, and you gotta ease into getting to know each other more. But I think, like, to me, like a movie date, for example, is something you do maybe on a second or third date because you want to like ease into that. I think when you're on a first date, you want to get to know the person you're going out with.
I agree.
So for me, I'll I like to say like, hey, could I take you out and buy you dinner one night? We don't, and the thing is, I don't always necessarily have to think of it as a date. It can just be two people going out and having fun.
Sure.
And because you don't want to necessarily put too much pressure when you're getting to know someone at first. That's the way I look at it.
Labels can get you in trouble,
Yeah.
Brett.
So I would say like a first date, to answer your question, would probably be like a night out for dinner.
I love it, man.
Yeah.
That's solid.
Yeah.
That's.
I like to eat. You like to eat. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Yes, and I get the movie thing because you know what doesn't happen when you go take a date on a movie? You don't talk.
Yeah, you
right?
don't talk.
Yep. And remember my disastrous blind date movie date. We won't rehash it, but
Yikes.
it didn't go well, Brett. I'll just say that. Watch episode 47 for the details. Actually, I'm not sure which episode it was, but it's in there somewhere.
Smart.
Yeah, it's great. That's great.
Oh, so you were telling the story on the podcast?
No,
here?
yeah, about
Of
yeah.
a
okay.
date that I had a blind date that went bad, and we went to see a movie, and she
Oh,
wanted
yeah.
to leave the movie 5 minutes in. That's the abridged version. Yeah.
that's
I
rough.
refused to leave.
So, although you're taking applications, what kind of girl are you looking for?
Yeah, what are you looking for in a woman?
Does Brett have a type?
See, that's hard for me, I would say, to answer because I think, oh geez, I want to word this very carefully because I think we all have a type, but I think for me, it's just I haven't found. So I mean, I've had a couple girlfriends in my life, but I haven't found someone that I've truly ever connected with.
Okay.
For me, like the way I can answer the question is, I don't necessarily need to find someone that I have everything in common with. I think it's good to have differences.
I agree with that.
Because I
That's
think
great.
I know so many people, like my friends, who want to find a woman or whatever that they see eye to eye on everything.
Yeah.
And I think part of maturing and growing up is that you're not always going to agree with the person that
That
you
is
are necessarily.
amazing.
Dude, I want to date you after listening to these answers. I mean, come on. This is awesome. Come on, ladies. Step up.
Howdy.
This is great stuff, Brett.
But I'll tell you, part of the problem is that in today's dating world, I think one of the biggest flaws that part of the reason why I think people are so unhappy in the dating world is because everyone's so not everyone. I should phrase that better. So many people are so picky, and I understand have standards,
sure.
but you can't be always expecting that everyone's going to agree with you all the time. And I think when
I
some
love
people come to
this.
a comedy show, they think that their sensitivities are protected. They're not. They're not always going to be protected. And I think it festers over into other areas of life. You can't always expect that everyone's going to agree with you all the time. Your sensitivities in some situations are not always going to be protected. They're just not.
Yes.
And I thought you were going to say politically charged. A lot of people are
That ties into it for
allow,
sure.
Allow with the sensitivities, allow their politics to interfere with their dating. And like you said,
much,
you can
man.
agree to disagree. It doesn't have to match.
Right.
And honestly, don't be so passionate about politics.
If politics costs you family members, or if it's the first thing or in the top 10 on a dating profile,
Or yeah.
like
If you voted for Trump, swipe right.
exactly, or if you lean left, swipe right.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? Like whatever it is, And I love to hear that. It's funny how we all end up in the same place together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because all of us, I don't know where we all are on the political spectrum. Frankly, I don't give a shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I know I like you guys.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit who you vote for in the next election.
I care.
Joel cares, apparently.
One of us cares and one of us doesn't. You'll figure it out. Dude, you couldn't have said you're in a safer place, and then I go, I care.
So awesome. Brett, find
Everyone,
out.
apparently Joel does care.
Yes. That was awesome. Oh, it's so awesome, man.
Brett, your thoughts.
I was gonna say I agree with you. Here's the way I look at to add on to your point about profiles, especially on dating apps.
Yeah.
I think it's a huge turnoff for me. Like for example, a couple of years ago, it was right around the time I went on my little stepsister's husband's bachelor party. We went down to Tennessee. He's a big NASCAR person, right? He loves NASCAR to death. His favorite thing in the world. And
Where'd you go, Chattanooga?
we went to Bristol.
Bristol.
Yeah,
Oh,
Bristol, yeah.
Bristol.
Went to
yeah.
Bristol.
Famous
Bunch of
race town.
bunch of rednecks drinking Budweiser, waiting for the first crash.
And you know the kids in Bristol are sharp as a pistol.
Exactly. They
when,
are.
when they do the Bristol style.
Exactly. They are. 100% agree.
I love that you know the reference.
And we went to. See, I'm not a big NASCAR person,
Yeah, me
but we went down. I thought we were going for whatever reason. I thought we were going to Nashville. I wasn't really paying much attention when I got the invite, but I knew because I thought the race was actually around Nashville. That's why I thought that. But then we went to Bristol, which I think is like maybe an hour or two away from Nashville. I'm not 100%
Sounds
sure.
about right. I'm not
But,
sure either.
One of his groomsman that was there at one of his friends that he grew up with was at the bachelor party as well. So we stayed in this house overlooking a lake for a few days. It was beautiful down there.
Okay.
And so I remember being on Tinder one night. Right, I had the one that I started to say all that other stuff, but I just was pointing that out. So I remember being in Bristol. I'm on Tinder on my phone one night, and his buddy is a cop. Right.
Yeah. Okay.
So this is the point I was getting to. So his
Okay.
buddy is a cop, and I remember, ironically, this night I come across this girl's profile, and she was very pretty. But on her Tinder profile, you know what it said? If you support the police, don't even bother liking my page. I'm like, whoa, that's a huge turnoff. Like, huge. You're just looking at things in such a tunnel vision kind of way.
Yes, Brett.
And I'm like, so
Speak
that
it.
was the point I was getting to, like, about when I was down at the bachelor party in Bristol. I happened to be there with a cop, and I remember saying to him later that night, I was like, hey, I was just, we got into a conversation, and I said to him, ironically, a few minutes ago, I was just on my phone, and I'm swiping these profiles, and I come across this girl who lives around me, and apparently, like, right around this area, and she says she basically hates the police. And I was telling him, whenever I see that kind of thing, I will swipe left right away, because when you get what you were saying about being so involved in politics, I honestly think whether you lean right or left way too much, I don't think you are truly a happy person. If your whole life is centered around politics, no matter what side you're on, you are not. I can't imagine you're that happy. I can't.
Yeah.
Preach, Reverend Brett.
Yeah.
Because I am with you. I am with you. I've lived my life that way.
And again, like, I can, like, for example, I would date a girl who is liberal, but don't be so extreme.
Yes,
Like,
it's
yeah.
not the a number one
Right.
thing in your life.
Right.
And-
Like, don't make it like the end all be all for
Yeah,
dating.
If I put it this way, if you've lost family members or friends to politics, don't swipe left on me or whatever. Swipe
Yeah,
no
yeah.
on me, whatever
Yeah,
my
yeah.
no is.
Yeah.
Right.
Left.
Nice. Yeah, man. See, I love that, man.
And
Well said, Brett. Like,
Yeah.
really.
Yeah.
And I think that's important to keep in mind is that yes, I'm not saying don't have standards. I'm not saying don't go after someone that you're not go after. Yes, you want to be physically attracted to one another, sure, but like, don't make politics or social issues your number one thing. Because I think if you do that, whether you are a MAGA Republican or you are a leftist, to me, that's a turnoff.
Yeah.
It's for me. I can date someone who has different opinions than I do. We don't always have to agree, and I think that's maturing. I think that's going up. You don't always have to agree on everything.
I agree, man. You don't want to live in a damn echo chamber.
Right.
You know what I mean? Everybody just agreeing with everybody all the time. It gets boring. You know?
Right.
imagine if comedy was like that. Everybody
Yeah.
was just like, hey, don't you agree with this?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It would suck. It
Right.
would
Yeah.
absolutely suck.
Now, speaking of comedy, were you going to say something?
Just real quick, I was going to say, like, I've heard jokes about Trump, and I don't get mad over it.
Yeah.
I've heard jokes about Biden. I don't care. Like, it's funny.
Exactly.
Like, it's funny.
As long as it's funny, it's
Yeah.
good,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I'm so with you, Brett.
Now, working at Soul Joel's,
Mhm.
obviously, like I've said, Mav,
Mhm.
2, please.
Yep.
And I said, Matt will fly you to your seat. Does that ever offend you?
Wait, we got to give these people some
Oh.
background here.
Oh,
because
yeah,
the
yeah.
people that know Brett
Yeah.
will understand, but the ones that don't have to know that he will show up in his Top Gun aviator glasses
Yep.
and his Maverick jacket. Sometimes just the black leather, which is also badass.
Yeah.
Right? But he will be seating people sometimes like full on Top Gun mode.
Yeah.
Now continue, please. So, sorry.
No, not at all.
Okay. You don't mind.
I love when you do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, what do you think? Are there any funny moments that you've had that made you laugh that were unexpected while working here? Either from one of the other, coworkers or something that an audience member did that made you laugh. Besides the comedy that's on stage, there's always a comedy going on.
Actually, well, there was one recently, but I don't remember what you said, Joel.
Okay.
I think it was 2 weeks ago, and actually, I remember you you and Alan were like cracking up. I forget what was said. I think I said something.
Not unusual at Sunnybrook.
Yeah.
I think. You know what it was?
Whose laughs louder?
It was when I was leaning against the wall and I had my elbow against the wall. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And I said something.
You were standing like a flamingo.
Yeah. That was a different.
Oh,
part.
different
yeah.
one.
So, but this
I
was.
remember that.
Narrow it down.
It was. It was when I remember when I
It
was
was more like a
standing.
cool guy.
Yeah. You were deep in thought.
I was deep in thought, and I remember I said something, and you and Alan cracked up over it, and I don't remember what my response was to what you had said. But I remember I didn't actually say it out loud at the time, but I remember Ronan just like shaking his head, just going, "So stupid," and that cracked me up. Like I didn't actually.
I remember
like,
that.
Yeah.
I remember that,
you
Brett.
do?
I totally remember that. Yes, because that's Ronan's response to a lot of our nonsense.
Yeah.
Sometimes he laughs. Sometimes he says that.
Yeah.
So I thought like his reaction to what the whole thing going on was. I loved his reaction because he's just sitting there going, oh, "This is so stupid."
It's so awesome. Do I remember that, Brett?
And I thought it was funny. Like I didn't come out and say that I thought it was funny. I was just cracking up in my head that like I was like, "Oh, Ronan, you're hilarious still." Yeah.
That's so awesome, dude. I remember that, Brett. I wish I remembered what we said or whatever you said
To
that made us
provoke
laugh,
it.
but
Yeah.
I do remember Ronan responding like that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forget what you had said. Then I responded to something, and then I just remember you and Alan like dying laughing, and I was just like, and I don't remember what I even said, but I remember Ronan just sitting there like shaking his head. It just made me crack up.
Yeah.
And it's not an uncommon occurrence for us to come around a corner, have you fire off some kind of one-liner at what we said, and then we're dying.
Right.
You know what I mean? It happens all the time.
Yeah. Now, a couple of things that I want to talk about. We've had unseasonably warm weather recently, and I don't know what happened, but you showed up in shorts.
I did. Yeah,
I heard
Thursday
this.
Night, yeah, Thursday night I did.
Love it, dude.
What happened?
Honestly, I didn't feel like putting on jeans, and I said it was a warm day, so I was like, I'm going to wear shorts tonight. And I know it's going to be a little bit chilly later, but I have my sweatshirt, so I'm going to wear pants tonight, short pants.
Yeah.
I just didn't feel like putting on jeans for what I don't know why.
Well, this is somewhere you and I,
Yeah.
you know I understand,
Yeah.
because I'll ride the shorts as long as I can.
This polar bear doesn't care.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's just I had this like feeling where I was like, I don't feel like putting on jeans tonight, so I'm just gonna. It was somewhat warm out that day,
Yep.
so I was like, and today was even nice, and
Yeah.
I wanted to wear shorts today, but actually I didn't.
Because you don't want to show your legs on the pod.
Yeah, I did not want to show.
Oh,
Yeah, I did not.
is that for real?
No, I'm just kidding.
That
I'm
would
kidding.
be awesome if that was the real reason.
No, I'm only being serious.
That would be awesome.
But yeah, for whatever reason, I just felt like wearing. It was just kind of came over me randomly. I was like, I
Yeah.
don't feel like putting jeans on tonight.
Yeah.
So
I get that, dude,
Yeah.
100%.
I was like, I have my sweatshirt, so I'll be fine.
I totally
Now-
understand.
Shout out to Scott Reddy, the executive chef, the one who runs and owns the
Scott's the man.
Gatsby's Pub, the restaurant here. Brett is a big fan.
Oh,
So after his work is done and he's able to kick back and enjoy the evening, he orders what I call Brett's Thanksgiving.
My buffet.
the Brett buffet.
The Brett Buffet. Now, why don't you walk all the listeners through a typical night, a typical evening. Now, you might think that you're on a date, but
So
this food's for you.
It's dinner for one.
So
Yeah.
I just so
Numero
every-
uno.
I can never finish it when I'm here. Never can finish it when I get this buffet. Now, if I get just like a single thing like salad, I can finish it. But if I get like a burger,
Yeah.
Soul Joel burger or Gatsby burger with fries,
Okay.
I will like Old Bay fries.
Old Bay fries,
Old Bay fries.
bacon on the side.
Bacon on the side.
Don't hold back.
Then I have my buffalo chicken fingers.
Wait, the bacon on the side is for the burger or the fries?
I just like eating bacon on the side.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Just bacon.
Yeah.
No need to label it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. it's
For
just
whatever
a-
reason,
Okay.
but,
Just
like,
side bacon. Side bacon.
I love bacon. But actually, I haven't eaten it in over a week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You're on a bacon break.
I think I'm just trying to eat a little bit healthier these days, and I feel better. Like I do feel not as groggy. So I've kind of taken a break from some of the red meat recently.
Yeah.
But like the other thing I was gonna say was I eat the buffalo chicken fingers with blue cheese.
Oh.
But I even feel like buffalo sauce kind of bothers me at times.
Okay.
So I'm trying to eat healthier.
Yeah.
And like last night, for example, I got a Caesar salad.
Well, I noticed you had a
Yeah.
massive salad with
Yeah.
chicken, I think, right?
Yeah, chicken.
Mhm.
Because do you two have Costco memberships?
I have in the past,
Right.
but not currently.
Right. So
My
one
mom
of
does.
one of my gifts from my mom this year for Christmas was a Costco
Well, that's
membership.
a great gift, yeah.
And I'd always gone shopping in there with her, and but she finally said this year, I'm going to get you a Costco membership so you can officially have one.
Love it.
So if you go into Costco, right?
Yeah.
They have these delicious rotisserie chickens.
Oh,
which-
dude, yes.
Yeah, and they're healthy for you.
Yes.
They're healthy for you. So I'm trying to honestly.
And they're a great bargain, too, right?
Exactly. They're like $4.99.
It's insane. You get a
Yeah.
whole damn chicken for
Yeah.
$5.
Tell that rotisserie chicken you want to eat its face.
Exactly. It's like that. They're so good. Like, I could almost eat that every night.
It's
Like, that's how good it
listen,
is.
It's I will get a rotisserie chicken every 3 weeks or so,
Right.
and just eat it for 3
Yeah.
days.
And the way they make them, it's just delicious.
It is.
And but like that's what I'm trying to do more.
And the
I'm
juice
trying.
that gathers in the
Yep.
bottom of the bag.
Yep.
Oh yeah, buddy.
And I'm trying to eat more chicken and not necessarily red meat these days.
Yeah, I get that. I get that.
So
Yeah.
back to the buffet. So we got the burger,
Mm-hmm.
bacon on the side, Old Bay fries, buffalo chicken tenders,
Yep. And with blue cheese. Yep.
blue cheese,
Yep.
Caesar salad.
When I get the buffet, I don't always get the salad.
Oh.
Because
very
usually
well.
when you've seen me get the buffet with the burger and the fries and the buffalo tenders, I never get the salad on the side.
Who's got room for salad with all
Yeah.
that other stuff? man?
Yeah. But like I said, like I never finish it. I never finish.
Do you take it home with you then?
I do.
Okay.
I do. I like if I'll eat it the next day, or I won't. When I get that buffet like that, my Thanksgiving, like Joel said, I never finish it that night ever here.
That's
I can't.
amazing.
Yeah.
I love the Brett buffet.
So I'm
But
just.
if you do, you order double chicken on the Caesar salad, right?
Yeah. If I get.
Oh,
Caesar
if you're just
salad-
going salad
yeah,
and,
if I'm just
and
going
chicken
salad,
that
I'll
night.
get like. I can eat the if I.
That's
if
why that salad looks so amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, because I was
Double
like, that's,
chicken.
That's a lot of protein.
Yeah.
Love it, bud.
So
Are you a one meal a day guy, or do you eat breakfast, or like?
I am not actually a big breakfast person.
Yeah.
Because now I can become a breakfast person if I went to Aruba, for example. So if I'm staying at an
Oh.
all-inclusive resort,
Dude, I become a breakfast person.
Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
eat breakfast. We ate breakfast every
Yep.
day in
Right.
Puerto Rico. I never eat breakfast at home.
Really?
Never.
Like so, you don't start your day.
Nope.
Whatever.
I mean, there was a time when I used to start with a protein shake.
okay.
But so when I started trying to lose weight, I started trying to do the intermittent thing, and I
Yeah.
kind of got used to it. So now I don't eat breakfast.
yeah, I honestly I'm not. I agree. I'm not a big breakfast person anymore. Part of the reason is, I remember even when I was in Aruba, because I know you guys went on vacation recently. But when I was in Aruba, I just remember even the mornings I had breakfast, I didn't feel good after because some of the food is so greasy for
And
breakfast,
it's so rich.
and that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's like,
And I always have to get some. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I end up getting like, like a big omelet and hash browns, or
now eggs. If you
eggs
get
Benedict.
if you get eggs, they can be full of protein. But like, there are other things like how I love to get bacon here. I have not eaten bacon, I think, in over a week now, because I'm trying to stay away from really greasy stuff because it's more so been bothering me. So I'm just like, I gotta eat a little healthier.
You've banned the bacon at the breakfast
Yeah.
buffet.
Yeah, and not that I won't ever have it again, but it's
Yeah, we might have it tonight.
possibly like I got to be in the mood. Like now, it's like I'm really trying to. Oh, another thing I'm cutting out of my diet more so.
What's that?
I'm actually cutting soda out a lot.
That's a good one, dude.
Yeah.
Because
Too
I
much
know there was a
sugar.
time when you were going through some headache stuff. And
Yeah.
we talked about the soda thing then a little bit, I think.
Yeah, and I was just like, I love Coke. I love Coca-Cola, but it's so it can be very addictive.
Yeah.
But it's so bad for you.
It's horrible for you, man.
And
Yep, I had to cut that out right around the age you're at now.
Right.
Maybe a couple years younger. But I used to come home, crack open a 2-liter of whatever it was. I loved root beer, so it was very often root beer.
Yeah.
And then I would drink the whole thing that night, and then I'd crack open another one the next day, and just start it all over again. I had to give that up, man.
Yeah. And not that you can't have it once in a while.
Once in a while is fine if you
Yeah.
can do moderation.
Yeah.
have at it. I'm not a good moderation guy.
But here's the thing. I never drink Diet Coke. I never drink Diet Coke because that's even worse for you than regular Coca-Cola is.
Yes.
Yeah. So I never drink Diet Coke.
Well, yeah, because every 5 years a new fake sweetener comes out that
Right.
it's now causing cancer and killing people.
Right. So I've not that I don't drink Coke here and there. I may have it every couple of days, like one every couple of days. But like, I have felt better not having soda.
Okay.
Like I've had more energy. I'm just trying to drink more water and. Actually, but if you actually look at it, not that you should drink too much alcohol, but beer is actually healthier for you than soda. And I didn't know that until my dad told me that, like a years back. I was like, because I guess beer is naturally fermented, and what they do with sodas, and they inject like gas into it.
Yes.
So I didn't know that.
Not to
until-
mention all the processed sugar.
yeah, all that. So I've been really kind of like on a cleansing the last week.
Good for you, dude.
Yeah.
I thought I noticed a glow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of glowing, I want to end it with one final question.
Mhm.
Now, you were a gentleman.
Mhm.
You turned down while working an offer to dance
Oh.
with a certain young lady at one of the dances. I don't want to say which one,
Mhm.
but you said no because you were working. But you might have danced at the last one.
I did, yeah.
Are you in the process of maybe learning how to dance?
Like salsa dancing specifically.
Well, I didn't want to say, but
Oh, it was salsa and bachata night.
yeah.
You loosening up
I'll-
those hips there, buddy.
Yeah, I would like to learn how to dance more.
Do it.
yeah,
Do it,
I would
bud.
like
Do
to,
it.
yeah.
If I had two good legs, I'd be at these classes because there's, you know how many opportunities you miss with the ladies if you don't dance?
Exactly. You miss any opportunity you don't take.
Bam.
Yeah.
Bam. Listen to this.
Yeah.
Write it down, folks.
Man, are you running for public office? You were smooth.
Dude, we're writing a quote book off this episode. I love it, Brett. That's good shit.
So, but to answer your question,
Yeah.
oh, I'd love to learn how to do more styles of dancing. So as frequently as I can, as much as I can, I'll try to do it more often.
Love it, dude. I think that's very good. Very good. Smart.
So if ladies want to get a hold of you, Facebook or Instagram.
Yeah, I'm on all social media, Facebook, Instagram. Like I said, I'm taking applications.
Brett Childs.
Yeah, come out and salsa dance with them on a every fourth Friday or whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I love it, man. Now you're the man, Brett. We love you, buddy. We
Yeah, I love
absolutely
you
love
guys as
having
well.
you here. You're so great to have around the place. You bring nothing but smiles to people's faces, and you do your job really well.
And I've even gotten, I think recently I've even gotten better at doing it. Just some of the ways I've been helping seat people.
Yeah.
So I've kind of been, I feel like I know how it's done, but I feel like I try to improvise
Yeah.
and even do it better. So
That's smart because
Yeah.
once you learn the lay of the land, then
Yeah.
you learn the little cracks.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
See, I love this. Oh, and let's not forget to mention this. And maybe we can have some kind of attachment to this, or just keep your eyes open for this, because
Yeah.
one of the things that I have to do now is we have to get Brett on camera doing his post show cleanup routine. Because it involves a drop and roll maneuver that is nothing short of spectacular.
people are probably looking at me going, "Who the fuck do you think you are, Spider-Man?"
Dude, people are filtering out of the comedy show, and one of Brett's tasks, and he does it well, is to clean up after the show, see if anybody left drinks lying around or there's napkins or whatever, right? And most people, myself included, would do a lazy sort of half bend over, and okay, well, if I don't see it, it's not there. You know what I mean?
He hits the floor. He hits the
Dude.
deck.
Brett does a move like Tom Cruise trying to avoid the lasers in one of the Mission Impossible movies when he's stealing something or something. You know what I mean?
Maybe that's where he got his inspiration.
Yeah, dude, he's down like there's triceps are popping. You know what I mean? Like he looks like some kind of Olympic gymnast or something. It's great, dude. It's great.
I'm very
absolutely love it.
animated about it.
I enjoy the hell
yeah,
out of it,
yeah.
Brett. It's now my post-show highlight.
But people are probably looking at me going, "Do you think you're Spider-Man or something?"
Oh, well, the best reaction ever was Adrienne Appalucci and her opener, whose name I can't remember right now. She was like, and Adrian's just a trip. I mean, she looks at everything kind of like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like that's kind of her general take on things.
Yeah.
But her eyes, like I wouldn't want to play poker with Adrienne because she
Yeah.
doesn't react a whole lot. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the biggest reaction I've ever seen from Adrienne was watching you do your post-show cleanup routine.
Yeah.
Do you remember Adrienne Appalucci?
I do, but she saw it when I did it.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
And you did a spectacular one.
Oh
Yeah,
wow! But
yeah.
when was that show? I forget. This was a few months ago.
November.
Yes.
Oh, November. Okay.
Yes.
I was like, I didn't even think she was in the room, and I tried like
You
like,
knew. You
keep-
knew. You knew.
You were just hoping.
Okay,
Fingers
maybe I was
crossed.
fibbing a little bit.
For Brett Childs, Alan Hills, and Soul Joel, another episode of Bring 'em Out.